maternity leave. In every other first world country, Canada, France, Germany, women get up to 3 years off paid maternity leave when they have a new baby. In the US, we get jack shit. In the US, there is zero federal policy for maternity leave. Maternity leave is not just to bond with the baby. Fuck the baby. Maternity leave is for new moms to hide and heal their demolished ass bodies. I couldn't go back to work, topless, beating my wet titty, trying to establish dominance over all my coworkers. You get fired. People don't tell you about all the crazy shit that goes down when you get pregnant, when you give birth. When I was pregnant, a lot of other moms had highly recommended to me, Ali, now you make sure at the hospital to steal a bunch of the free diapers. Yeah, duh, I know, for the baby. No, for you. Now for me, what the fuck do I need diapers for? Oh, you'll see. Winter is coming. And indeed, I did see. Nobody told me about all the crazy shit that comes out of your pussy after you give birth. You know what happens after the baby comes out? You know what else exits? Her house. Her living room, her pillows, the Bob Marley poster, all the food that went bad in her refrigerator for months. So then you have to wear this cartoonishly large pad that's like the size of a toddler mattress, and it's only held up by the strength of this mesh fishnet underwear that's exclusively available at the hospital. You can't get that shit on Amazon or anything, so you gotta snatch that shit every day. It's made out of the same material that they package fancy Korean pears in. It's very dakbiet, okay? Number 1 extra large dakbiet hospital underwear. For 3 months, I was walking around my house with a top knot, giant diaper, nipples bleeding. Like a defeated sumo wrestler. I had a C-section. Yeah, which was not the original intention, but I was having contractions for 24 hours. Yeah, and then I was like, cut it out. The nurse was like, keep going. I was like, bitch, I said, cut it out. Your price is way too high. You need to cut it. Cut it, cut it. You need to cut it. The nurse was not a big hip-hop fan, so she did not appreciate that or my Dave Coulier reference. Look, a C-section is no joke, okay? It is major surgery, but it's very fast. They put the anesthesia in your back, and then they put up this curtain so that your husband can only see your human side and not your cadaver side. And then 10 minutes later, they hold the baby above the curtain like bloody Simba, and it's over. And then it's done. I was like, why the fuck did I do all that pushing for when there was this perfectly good emergency exit? I mean, one of my best friends, God bless her, she was in labor for 72 hours. The baby's head kept on going in and out and in and out and in and out. And then she still had to have an emergency C-section. Before that shit went down, my friend was the kindest, most polite, dainty lady who would never burp in front of anybody. After that shit went down, she became the most bitter, nasty, raw-ass bitch I have ever met in my life. I went to her house to pay her a visit. Shortly after, she opens the door. Look at my pussy, Ali. Look at this shit. Look at this. No, hello, Ali. Welcome. Come meet my beautiful new baby. No, just, come on, you look at this shit. You look at what happened to me. Just with the door open in front of the entire cul-de-sac to see. Come out! And her pussy looked crazy. It looked cuckoo for Cuckoo Puffs. When I saw it, I was like, ah! Because her pussy straight up looked like two hanging dicks side by side. In the process of giving birth to one baby girl, my friend became two dudes. You could French braid that shit. It was like a Star Wars monster. I mean, women, we're not accustomed to seeing each other's pussies in the first place. It's not like men at the urinal where you're like, hey, what's up, dude? What's going on? You holding your dicks in your hands in front of each other. We're never just like going to the bathroom. What's up, girl? Holding our pussies. It's casual. I like your manicure. I told her that she had turned into two dudes. And she started laughing. But then she started to get also extremely upset. And she was like, please, do not make me laugh. Do not make me laugh. And then with one hand, she had to grab a pillow and press it against her C-section scar. And then with the other hand, she had to pinch the dicks together to make sure that the carne asada wouldn't fall out of the taco and become nachos on the floor. You see, this is why women need maternity leave. Yeah, you better pay our ass too. My friend couldn't go back to work with her meat curtains dragging on the floor like the train of a sad-ass wedding dress. You can't litigate like that. Ain't no Spanx gonna tuck that shit in. I told her all of that too, and she started laughing more. And it was, she was pinching and she was pressing and repressing the laughter, and it got to be too much. And then all of this gas gurgled up in her system, and she let out this fat-ass queef that dried out my eyeballs. I was like, ah! 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 benefits to a C-section, okay? Catheter, I had never had a catheter in my life. A catheter is a tube that they hook up to your pee-pee hole, and you just lie there. And then all of a sudden, this bag of piss shows up next to your bed, and then this kind Filipino lady named Joyabel Esperanza Purificacion Santo Domingo Ordóñez Barlaza comes in to take it out. And you're like, Nurse Joyabel, whose piss is that? And she's like, that's yours. And you're like, oh my God, that's mine? I did not even feel it go out. The catheter, it just carries it out. And I was like, oh my God. In my life, I could have accomplished so much more had I had a catheter attached to me this entire time. Lately, I have been ruminating a lot over this one time I hooked up with this dude, and in the middle of kissing, I felt the responsibility to stop and say, hey, I should really let you know now before we go any further that I'm on my period. And he was like, oh, well, then let's make a fucking mess, Ali. To this day, that is the most romantic thing anybody has ever said to me. I think about it when I feel down and ugly and no good. All I have to do is remember that there was once a man out there who was willing to yank out my tampon and replace it with his dick. It made me feel beautiful. There is nothing more empowering and truly feminist than what that man said that day. That is straight up hashtag I'm with her. You know, I think I used to be a much different comic before I had the baby. I used to do a lot more jokes about sucking dick and my pussy, but now, not as many jokes about sucking dick and my pussy because I don't suck dick no more. When you give birth to a baby, they hand you a diploma that says, congratulations, you've earned the right to not suck dick out of obligation anymore. If my husband were to demand that I suck his dick, I would laugh in his face. And then I would go to sleep, and guess what? In the morning, he's still there. Ain't no consequence. We're handcuffed together by a baby and a mortgage. Checkmate, bitch, it's over. You ain't got nowhere to run. I don't gotta suck your dick anymore. You owe me money. And I don't do as many jokes about my pussy anymore because my pussy is gone. It's gone. Physically, it's quite intact because I had the C-section, but emotionally and spiritually, ghost in the shell. Ghost in the shell. It's an Asian character being played by Scarlett Johansson. Yeah. My husband and I, we don't fuck no more. We just jack off side by side while we fantasize about Puerto Rican people. I don't have the energy to climb on top of him, clean up after sex, put that towel on the bed to absorb that post-sex wet spot. You know that perfectly round-ass wet spot on the bed. that gets all cold in the wintertime. It's like an ice fishing hole. Because it smells like penguins.